Okay, Josh just said, I can't wait till we get to the pretzel. I mean, I can't wait. By the way, it only takes 10 minutes to make the pretzel, so that's going to be great. What we have here now, while you're away, we put vinegar with the yeast, and the water was 110, remember? And then we put sugar in another one, and we put corn syrup, corn starch. Now, Josh, we want to take this, and we want to pour it into this last dish. Let me give you something to stir with. We're running out of stirs. Ah, yes, here would be a good one. No, that's just a stir with. I'll just pour it in here like this. Okay, stir away. Now, for this to work properly, it's like reminds me of a science experiment. We're trying to show you how yeast is a living plant relative to the mushroom, distant relative. But anyway, it is a plant material. And need a paper towel? And we're going to see what they like to eat. There are some things the microbes love to eat, and there's other things they don't like to eat. So let me take all the spoons out. Now I've heated more water, Josh. I've heated more water up. What we're going to do, come on back and help. Let's see. This is cornstarch. Come on back. We're going to put the hot water in here, the 110-degree water in here. Then we're going to take each of these dishes and lay them in there. In order to keep the yeast happy, it has to be kept warm. We can't wrap a blanket around it. Now we're going to let this set for a little while, and we're going to actually see when the yeast begins to come alive, it'll start belching. It'll start giving gas, and you won't hear it. And the gas that it gives off tells us that it is alive and happy and well. All right, what we're going to do, now we got to wait till it's on the 8. We're going to get ready here to do the pretzel. In order to do that, yeah, wait, let me make some changes here. So now the changes we made, I've gotten our stovetop out of the way here so we could work on it. And we have our 4 dishes with the yeast in it. So we're going to get this out of our way too. But this is, I put in a pan of water, remember, to keep them warm, keep them happy. So yes, let's get this out of the way. What's in here? The pretzel dough. All right, let's unwrap it.
Oh, yuck.
What do you mean, yuck? Now, here's what I want you to do. Oh, he's brave now. Throw it down. Throw it down there. Okay, let me sprinkle your hands. Let me powder your hands. This is so your hands don't stick. Okay, rub your hands together. Okay, smash this up. Start working on it. There's no way to tell, but this is a bigger hunk because we have included the yeast has been able to multiply and release its gas material, and it's been risen. It's raised up. How are we doing? Okay. Now what we call this is called kneading the dough, and that's exactly what you're doing. But let's get some more. Powder your hands if you want. Powder my hands. Let me show you. You take this and you flatten it out. Go ahead. Bang on it. Okay, let's turn it over. Bang on it some more. If it starts to stick to your hands, then put some more powder in your hands. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to roll this. Watch. We're going to roll. Okay, now I want you to take this part of your hand. Put it right here. 2 hands. Now push. Just push. Okay, bang on it and push. That's it. Bang on it some more. This is called kneading the dough. You don't use your knees. All right, let me bang on it here for you some. Go get your hands and need more of that. Okay, you ready? Powder your hands there. This is so the dough doesn't stick to it. Okay, pick it up, flip it over. Sticking to the table. I guess we need some powdering, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bang it down.
Make
Now.
it into a saucer.
See, we can't make this a pretzel, can we? What does a pretzel have to look like? Has a certain shape, doesn't it? So I want you to do is tear off a piece. Tear off a hunk. That's good. Rip it off. Rip it away. Pull it.
Yeah.
Okay, put it up here. Roll it and make a long pencil out of it. Now watch. Watch. See, go like this. What you did. Now roll it. Yes. And roll it.
I'm doing it to
You can. It's got to be longer. Okay, look at the end down here on the very end of your pretzel. It's kind of fallen off, so you can either, we'll just take that off and throw it back in the batch. Roll it out. Now, if we make this into a pretzel, it's going to be a very fat pretzel, isn't it? So what we need to do is get some of this out of your way. You need to make it even more, make it even thinner than that. This is what you call fun stuff. Yeah, pull a little bit. Yes, that's good. I'm doing mine too.
Do we have to flatten it?
No, pretzels round. But you do anything you want. Now, what are you going to do? What shape do you want to do with your pretzel? You want the letter A? Okay, go ahead, start making the letter A. You know how to do that? Oh, yes. Okay, what about the guy in the middle? Let me give you another piece. Here, pull off a piece for the part in the middle for the letter A. Here. Pull. You know what I'm talking about, the thing in the middle? The part in the middle for the letter A? Okay, now you got to kind of squish it in there because otherwise when you lift up the pretzel, the middle part of the A will fall out, which will be okay. Make a straight line across for the A, just like you're doing. Meanwhile, I'm working on the pretzel part. Mine's not long enough. You got your letter A, don't you? Now see, we know this is yours because you made that, so it's got your germs on it. That's one thing I like to recommend you kids at home when you make your pretzels. Make it the first letter of your name or something. Josh picked the letter A.
Just my last name.
Oh, because it has something to do with your last name. Okay. Do you like salt? You ever seen pretzels with salt on it? Well, I have. And I got a special salt. Hold out your hand right here. Let me show the people. Ready? Hold your hand. I'm going to pour it into his hands, and I want you to see what kind of salt this is. See if you can show that to the camera. See, it's pretty thick. Now, put that on top of your pretzel. And squish, pat, hit it down, put it in there, hit it like that. I always like to do it this way, but if you want the salt to stay on better, you take yourself an egg, and you take the yolk of the egg, the yellow part of the egg. You want to turn that over? Think you can? And the egg will allow the salt to stick. This is.
I flip it over?
Yeah. Put some salt on the other side. Okay, push it in. I've already done that with my pretzel.
Oh, I saw a
We have preheated the oven, so we're ready to cook. That's quite all right. We're going to go in and put this in the oven. And while we're doing that, here, would you pull this apart and make another pretzel or two?
I'm gonna make another egg.
Oh, make a different letter.
Okay.
All right, says we got to cook it for 10 minutes. That's not bad, is it, folks? 10 minutes on a pretzel? Not bad at all. The only part that's bad about this is that you have to,
I need rubber.
sure, you have to let this sit for an hour after you make it up and put the yeast in it. All right, while Josh is doing that, let me bring this over here and let's see if one of the cameras can catch it. We should see this is real thicky-like, it's foamy, happy yeast. Over here, it's almost like pure water, unhappy, very sad, unhappy yeast. Over here, the yeast is pretty good. See, stick to my finger. That's happy yeast. And this one over here, not all that happy. So,
I need some dough.
you do, okay. Josh needs more dough. Let me take this away now. So yeast likes certain foods, and that is why when you cook, if you want to have yeast, or yeast is a part of the recipe, you will see all of a sudden that yeast is added with something it likes. You won't put certain, well, vinegar.